Hey guys, it's Compass here again. I'm actually sort of on vacation right now, but after finding out how to do the model swaps for the planes and doing them by hand and getting really bored, I thought this up just walking around in the middle of the convention, so I just ran back to my room and coded it. So this is a work in progress, but basically, the model swaps I was talking about on Reddit in the forums, you have to do by hand. So basically, instead of sending everyone, I don't know, it's like 500 megabytes of aircraft models and stuff, you can just run this application and it basically transports all the files over from the original resources folder into the mods folder properly. So basically, it does it really quick. It copies all the files over and renames them for you. So I went ahead and right now all I have is basically a really dumb version where the only things it does is it converts, I think, all the Japanese fighters to zeros. I don't remember which models I picked for the torpedo bombers and the dive bombers, but they should all be the same. And for Americans, it's going to be Hellcats, Avengers, and I think Dauntlesses was what I picked. So let's go ahead and see how it worked. So I don't actually have all these carriers, but I do have the mod that shows them in the field. So let's see what it looks like on the deck. Looks like those are, not the biplanes we're used to. So that looks good. The Bogue looks like those made it through too. Basically, so every single model that's a torpedo bomber except for the scout planes should work. So I'm gonna go ahead and this is a really crowded runway. Go look at the New Orleans. I made sure not to take the float planes off because I know that the float planes have their own unique models, and I could have ended up having like this fighter just sitting here, gears down, but no float. Looks good up to the Ranger. Let's look at the Lex. Looks good back here. It's actually really crowded back there. Essex. So basically this should work with any model. It uses your own models and repopulates them using the resources folder. So that looks right. Actually, I'm not sure if the aircraft, they look right. I don't think the planes use the biplane models. I know that biplanes might have different wheel configurations where they might be angled, but it looks right. The Midway will never have jet fighters again if you do this, so if you're afraid of the Banshees, they will look like the Hellcats. Alright, that looks good. Let's go to Japan's tech tree. Starting with the host show, everyone's favorite biplanes are no longer here. Zeros, I think these are Kates. They're a lot bigger than the biplanes, obviously. Next up, the Zuiho. Looks clean to me. I own the Rio, so that looks pretty good. All bombers, of course. Here he looks fine. Fighters are back here. Yep. Shokaku. Yeah, once we get to the high tiers, and then it looks kind of normal. In fact, the planes look kind of small. Taiho looks good, and the Haku. Perfect. Everything looks good. I think the only thing I had to check left was I think the Atago had a scout plane. Want to make sure that looks right. I don't know if that looks right. It might have wheels. Yeah, I'm not sure which scout planes are for the the Taiho, but obviously that thing doesn't look like it's attached, so that is a minor bug. But all the American float planes seem to be working properly. Let me see if I have I have an Omaha. Let's see how its float plane looks. Oh yeah, it's that looks right. So it looks like all the models came out okay. Just being transferred over. So right now it's basically a Java program that is hard code for my computer right now, but eventually I should be able to get UI for it. I'm not sure if I'm going to distribute the binary. Probably just going to distribute the source, just to make it a little safer for people, because I know that people don't like applications going rampant on their file system. So I'll probably just distribute the source and use at your own risk binary. So if you really want to, you can just compile it yourself. You can see how I wrote it. It's not hard Java. It's like, you could probably do this if you took programming in high school, basically. And just go ahead and compile it yourself, build it. You only need, I think, one library. I can write all the information on how to do it. But basically, all you do is you run the application, and it takes all the files from your own resources folder and drops them into the mods folder. And once that's done, you basically have your non-biplane, non-jet fighter version of World of Warships. Obviously, it doesn't change how the aircraft perform. So, for example, if I purchase this mod, it won't, or if I have all these things, they're not all zeros. They're just modified versions of what they, or they just look different. So let me go ahead and mount this. So these are not, zeros back here. They just look like zeros. So you don't have to worry about like super biplanes all of a sudden appearing out of nowhere. No, they're just very slow prop planes. Like all the planes from tier 1, or sorry, tier 4, they will be very slow, very slow fighters. These will be very slow zeros. They'll look like they're almost hovering in the midair. They'd probably stall at that speed. I don't know, maybe. So it doesn't change performance at all. It just changes how they look. So if you were looking for a more unified setting, if you're playing with friends or you want to make a movie, and you don't want all the people who have lower tier carriers to look like they're flying antiquated aircraft, you can easily just run this and have everyone in the same faction basically running the same look and feel of aircraft. I don't think that jet fighters actually have the jet fighter sounds either, so there's really nothing weird with the tier 10s having prop planes for the jet fighters. They don't sound like jet fighters as far as I know. I haven't actually tested it, but from what I've heard, they just have prop plane sounds. So that's really it. Nothing else. Simple mod. Probably take a few more, I don't know, weeks to properly get the front end to hopefully not break anyone's computer. Other than that, it's basically working on my machine, and once I get back, I'll make sure to put more time into it. Alright, that's it for this minor update. I'll see you guys next time.